All right, back with Lisa Waters Lane. We come and learn so much from this segment, her segment. She just shares what's going on in her gardens, what she's been doing, what other folks are talking about, just sharing insider tips that she shares. So you get two perspectives, not just me, the mountain gardener. So Lisa, the mountain gardeness, goddess.
Probably not.
Maybe the sacred. Sorry.
I was going to say, lightning bolt's going to come down.
Yeah. So anyway, welcome back to the studio.
Thank you.
What do you got for us this week? What are you thinking?
Well, so we did have our first frost.
Yep.
So I went through our yard and I pulled out our tomato plants.
Yeah, it was so sad. Pumpkins, so sad. Yeah.
Pumpkin. I pulled out
Peppers.
the zinnias, the peppers, the sweet potato vine, all those things that were looking so pretty just finally went, yeah, we're cold.
If it gets below 40, really 45, they're going, I'm not happy.
Right.
So they like it to be 100, not towards freezing, especially
so
cold and snow.
Right. So we have all these empty pots, which is kind of sad because you're still out there, even though it's fall,
it's
winter.
Sad. It's happy to refresh and redecorate.
Well, yeah. But you hate to look, you've had all these beautiful pots going and now they're empty. So it's time to fill them with some stuff that can take our cold.
Decorate with corn stalks and what's Thanksgiving kind of stuff. Or I see you're pulling out some flowers.
I did. So we got a new shipment of pansies and violas in. So I wanted to bring that I thought a little more unusual color. So this one is Ultima Radiance Red.
Yeah, it's pretty.
So this is a pansy. I really like that color. So it's a yellow inside with a red outside. So it's a two-tone. Just really unusual color than you normally just see in your pan. You usually see the yellows, the blues, but I just thought this one was so pretty and so different.
It's a new, and it's this is a pansy or viola.
This one is a pansy, even though it's got a smaller head.
It's got a lot of heads. Probably has, I don't know, 20 flowers on there. One little 6-pack, lots of flowers.
Lots of flowers. So I just like the color. Really pretty to put with your put an evergreen shrub in there and put those around it.
Good idea.
It'd just be really pretty.
Alberta spruce, little tiny Christmas tree looking thing with these skirting around it. You'd have winter long color. You gotta convince people.
I know.
They don't believe, so just share. They lost all their flowers to the cold and they're going, I'm going to plant these. I'm going to lose these too. The answer is
no, you're not.
These love the cold.
They love the cold. Yeah. So pansies and violas take our cold temperature. They can take snow sitting right on them and then be beautiful the next day when the snow melts off. Yeah. So it's definitely one you can plant now. It goes all the way through the season up until May-ish. Usually they don't like the heat so much.
Yeah.
But I've had them go all the way through May too.
We actually have some coming back that were more protected back in the back.
Yeah.
They're still going. It's been over a year. So they made it through. But most of them, we just tell you, they're not going to like summer. That's when you put your zinnias and your geraniums and your petunias.
And they're going to be happy.
Yeah, they are. So can I share something real quick just for folks that maybe don't know flower quality, side? How do you tell quality?
Yeah.
So obviously they're in bloom, they're actively growing, they're watered, they're not wimpy, laying over, those basically, but the size of the container they're grown in has a lot to do with it. The soil mix, how long you hold on to it and root it out so it's fully rooted. We're growing in 6-pack, but a 6-pack is not just a 6-pack. Now, for those that your grandparents always said, I only plant 6-packs, I want lots of them and they'll grow. Well, they were really tiny cells, and there were 6 of them. So there's 6 plants in this little pack, a 6-pack, but there's different sizes of cells. So we're growing an extra large cell. So the roots are larger, more established. This is critical for things that are cooler, or you're going into real extreme heat or real cold. The plants that have a bigger root actually perform better and grow better, get stronger, get fuller, have more flowers faster. Vegetables that have bigger roots, they're gonna produce stronger, faster, longer for you, especially when you have the temperature swings. It's the summer and the winter where they perform far better. So your 6-packs here at Waters Garden Center are better quality. That's what we're noted for. We're going, oh, six-pack's a six-pack. That is not true. Well, they're cheaper over there. Well, yeah, it's because there's different qualities. So, so you got to know what you're planting, especially this time of year if you want success. Have a better plant and you'll have more success. Anyway, I go on my soapbox. When
you pull these out, they have a nice root to them.
Full.
You know, it's not some dinky little root that's going to go, it's fully rooted out in there. So you know it's going to do well.
Whatever you do, stay away from pony pack. So there's one with 4 cells, itty bitty little tiny roots. Those don't grow here. They're terrible. Yeah, I know you gardeners said, yeah, I planted one and it took me 3 months to get it to finally bloom.
Right.
But if you'd gone with a bigger 6-pack, it would have taken you 2 weeks and it would have been glorious. But anyway, so there's different qualities, and the size of the root is the start of the soil is the start of the quality of the plant. Right. Anyway, go back to you. I'm done. I'm done.
Well, I'll show you. So this one's viola. This is a viola. I brought this one in too. There again, because of the color, it's kind of like a real soft denim blue color. Very, very pretty. Way to describe it. Yeah. So I thought it was very pretty. We also have the Johnny Jump Up ones, which are usually the two-tone, the purple and yellow, orange and purple, white and purple. Those are really pretty too. But this is an unusual color.
So we should show folks for the vlogs, if you tuned in online where you're watching this, I don't know if I can get those in the camera. So the pansy's a little bit bigger flower. Yeah. That one, a little bit bigger flower, probably twice the size, 3 times the size of a viola. But a viola actually has more flowers. It makes up. And they're better at reseeding. So they'll come up other places. They'll just seed themselves so well. So violas, or your grandparents called them Johnny Jump Ups, because they would just jump up out other parts of the yard. I don't know why they called them Johnny. We should research that.
That's a good question.
Plant trivia. I would call them Joan Jump Up or something else.
I'll have to research that.
Peter Pansy. I don't know. We're getting crazy.
You know what's funny is because I pulled all the tomatoes out, like we were saying, and underneath all those tomatoes, there were some little violas.
Oh, really?
Little
They'd
purple
reseeded
ones.
from the pots last winter. Yeah, really? That's amazing.
They were just kind of hanging out there in the summertime, and now they're like, oh, yeah, I can do this.
I can see the sun. I will bloom more for you. You should mention, too, since you're doing flowers, what are some vegetables that are cool season, snow-loving vegetables that people can put edibles?
Most of those are your leafy. So your kale, cabbage, those kind of things. Your lettuces do really, really well. And you can start harvesting almost right away from those guys.
Yeah, they grow so fast. With this kind of weather, they grow so fast.
Yeah, so the more you harvest on them, the more they're going to grow.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of your herbs. You can still put herbs in. Sage, parsley, rosemary, thyme. Lavenders, you betcha. So you can put those things in now. Everybody goes, oh, and grow them in the window in a kitchen. I'm like, you can put them outside. They'll be fine. Yeah. So you can definitely.
In a container, just under that overhang by your front door, sunny southern exposure, they're going to grow like crazy. They'll be a weed. Right. They'll love that cold night, bright days. They'll produce really well. That's folks from the desert areas. They don't realize how to deal with 4 seasons. Right. So yes, you lost some plants. I don't know if you saw the basil vaporization. I mean, just instant gone. Yeah. But now you can do it. Now the sages look amazing. The mint looks really amazing. So.
And the other thing is, you can plant. Maybe you put some edible kale in. Put some violas and pansies around it too. You can actually eat your pansies and violas. A little salad with some color in there.
Yeah, it seems wrong. Eating flowers.
You can do it.
My head has a hard time wrapping around eating flowers.
I know.
Sniffing, smelling, touching.
But they're really pretty when you put them in your salad or put them as a little garnish.
Garnish, that's a good idea. I can do garnish.
You can do garnish.
I mean, everything tastes better with ranch dressing. Let's face it. So.
Definitely. So I'm basically saying, don't be afraid to mix a little bit of color in there with your winter veggies. Yeah, really nice.
Well, thank you for the winter tip on flowers. So they got some dead things, some space. You can still plant and have color blooming, especially close to the house, the windows where you're going to look outside, sipping tea, watching snow come down. These guys are going to go, look at me. I'm cold, but I'm blooming. So thank you, Lisa. Ken and Lisa Lain, the Mountain Gardeners. We'll be right back after this.